Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because what just went down on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta makes every Kardashian meltdown look like a kindergarten nap time. Forget staged drama, forget scripted shade. This is a certified Category 5 reality TV hurricane, and the epicenter? None other than Rasheeda and Sierra, two queens who decided to turn the cameras into their personal UFC octagon. The footage? Oh, it's beyond shocking. It's the kind of clip that makes you spit out your drink, rewind 12 times, and start questioning humanity. This isn't just a fight, it's a cultural reset. A scandal so wild it makes the Will Smith slap look like a polite handshake at Sunday church. We're talking wigs flying like frisbees, voices hitting Mariah Carey high notes, and enough side-eye to power a solar farm. Fans are screaming, producers are panicking, and Twitter is currently writing its obituary because it just died from the memes. And here's the kicker. This wasn't a private feud whispered behind closed doors. Oh no, the cameras caught every jaw-dropping second. Every insult, every shove, every ounce of raw chaos. Immortalized forever in HD, welcome to the fight that's about to change reality TV forever. If you thought Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was running out of gas, think again. Just when you assumed producers were scraping the bottom of the drama barrel, Rasheeda and Sierra turned the show into the Super Bowl of scandals. And they didn't need halftime dancers or Usher on roller skates to do it. No, these two reality royalty decided to bless the world with a brawl so shocking, so outrageous, so ridiculously messy that Bravo executives are somewhere sobbing into their wine glasses wishing they had cameras rolling. Let's rewind, because this didn't just come out of nowhere. Oh no, this feud had been simmering like a pot of toxic gumbo, bubbling with shady comments, passive-aggressive side-eyes, and enough Instagram subtweets to make Drake jealous. Rasheeda, the self-proclaimed boss chick, has built her empire on glamour, grit, and an occasional eye roll that could slice diamonds. Sierra, meanwhile, has been serving beauty mogul realness, but with a temper that makes a Red Bull look like a chamomile tea. Put those two in the same room, throw in a couple of cameras, and you basically get World War Reality TV 3. So, what triggered the meltdown? According to whispers swirling through the internet, it started with the oldest recipe for disaster: money, men, and messy alliances. Apparently, Sierra felt Rasheeda was too cozy with someone she didn't approve of. And when you mix jealousy with reality TV cameras, you get the kind of confrontation that makes Jerry Springer rise from the grave and clap. Here's how it went down. The scene begins like your average Love and Hip Hop cocktail hour. Dim lights, overpriced drinks, and cast members pretending they weren't given lines 5 minutes earlier. But then Sierra comes in with a look on her face that screamed, "I didn't come to sip mimosas. I came to ruin lives." And ruin lives she did. One moment, Sierra's voice is calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that makes your spine shiver because you know a storm's coming. And Rasheeda? Oh, she's unfazed. She's got that try me if you dare energy, sipping her drink like it's liquid patience. But then, boom, Sierra drops the line. That line. The one producers will replay in every trailer, every promo, every clip package until the end of time. She accused Rasheeda of being fake. And not just fake in the way we all call our friends fake for canceling brunch, fake in the kind of way that questions her whole identity, her brand, her empire. That's when Rasheeda's patience snapped like a cheap wig in a windstorm. She clapped back with the speed of a Twitter stan account, pulling receipts, insults, and some vocabulary that would make even Cardi B proud. The volume went up, the hands started flying, and suddenly, the room transformed from bougie cocktail lounge to WWE SmackDown reality TV edition. Producers were scrambling. Castmates were frozen in shock, and the cameras were eating it up like it was Thanksgiving dinner. Because here's the truth. Chaos is currency, and Rasheeda and Sierra just made the network richer than Elon Musk in a Bitcoin boom. Let's talk about the reactions, because the audience wasn't just watching. They were gasping, rewinding, screen recording, and blasting the footage across TikTok before the credits even rolled. Within minutes, memes started flying faster than Sierra's wig. One fan tweeted, "I came for a storyline, but I stayed for Rasheeda's right hook." Another posted a gif of SpongeBob fainting with the caption, "Me watching Sierra throw shade like it's confetti." And let's not ignore the whispers about what really caused this clash. Because every time a fight erupts on reality TV, there's always a deeper story bubbling under the surface. Rumors suggest Sierra has been feeling overshadowed, like Rasheeda gets all the spotlight, all the attention, all the boss chick branding, while Sierra's left holding the scraps. It's the kind of jealousy cocktail that never ends well, especially when you serve it in front of cameras. But here's where it gets deliciously messy. Not only was the fight shocking, it was also perfectly timed. Right when the season was starting to feel lukewarm, this brawl dropped like a nuclear bomb. Coincidence? Or was it a producer's dream scenario? Fans are divided. Some believe it's raw, authentic chaos. Others are convinced it's staged tighter than Beyoncé's choreography. Either way, it worked. Because suddenly, everyone and their grandma is talking about Rasheeda and Sierra like they're political candidates debating world peace. And let's be real, this wasn't just a little spat. This wasn't a shove and a hair flip. This was a no-holds-barred spectacle. Security had to step in. Drinks were spilled. Furniture was allegedly sacrificed to the drama gods. One source even claims Rasheeda's voice hit such a high pitch during the yelling match that it cracked glass. Is it true? Probably not. But do we want it to be true? Absolutely. Meanwhile, the castmates tried and failed to play peacemakers. One poor soul attempted to calm Sierra down, only to get shoved aside like a background extra. Another tried reasoning with Rasheeda, but she was too busy verbally dragging Sierra through the mud to notice. The entire scene looked less like a reality show and more like a deleted scene from Game of Thrones. And here's the kicker, the fight didn't just stay on camera. It spilled over into social media faster than you can say #messy. Both Rasheeda and Sierra started posting cryptic captions, liking shady tweets, and letting their fan bases do the dirty work of dragging each other in the comments. Instagram became a war zone, TikTok became a meme factory, and Twitter officially declared this the best episode of Love and Hip Hop in years. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why reality TV survives. Because while scripted shows are out here trying to win Emmys, Rasheeda and Sierra just gave us an unscripted, unfiltered, unforgettable performance that belongs in the Smithsonian under American chaos. So buckle up, because if this is the beginning, imagine what's next. And trust me, it gets even if you thought the chaos peaked with Rasheeda's death glare and Sierra's "don't test me" stance. Oh honey, you're wrong. That was just the appetizer. What came next was a cultural earthquake so loud, it shook the internet, shattered group chats, and turned everyone with a Wi-Fi signal into an amateur commentator. The fight didn't just air, it detonated. Within minutes of the footage hitting screens, the internet did what it always does, transform violence into viral gold. Meme pages worked faster than NASA scientists editing Rasheeda's scream over a rocket launch, splicing Sierra's swing with Street Fighter sound effects, and even throwing in that classic Mortal Kombat finish her clip. You couldn't scroll for 5 seconds without stumbling into a remix of the BRAWL. At this point, it wasn't a fight, it was a multimedia franchise. And of course, the celebrity peanut gallery just had to chime in. Cardi B, never one to miss a good mess, hopped on live laughing so hard she nearly choked on her nails, saying, "Rasheeda looked like she'd been training with Floyd Mayweather." 50 Cent slid into the comments with his trademark troll energy. I ain't even mad. This the best free entertainment of the year. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Hernandez couldn't resist inserting herself with a cryptic post. Don't forget who the OG Chaos Queen is. Translation? She's mad her throne got stolen. The media vultures pounced too. TMZ plastered headlines like it was Watergate 2.0. Love and Hip Hop meltdown, Rasheeda versus Sierra in explosive brawl. The Daily Mail stretched the exaggeration muscle, dubbing it the most shocking fight in reality TV history. Really? More shocking than Teresa Giudice flipping a table with the power of Thor? More shocking than New York spitting on Pumpkin? Please. But hey, scandal sells, and this fight was printing money. Fans weren't just watching, though. They were investigating like unpaid FBI interns. Twitter threads popped up longer than CVS receipts, dissecting every millisecond of the footage. Did you see Rasheeda's smirk before the drink hit the table? Was Sierra's eyebrow twitch a coded signal to throw hands? People were making conspiracy boards that would make True Detective jealous. Some even claimed the whole thing was a producer-engineered stunt to spike ratings. Others swore it was raw, unfiltered rage. Truth is, nobody cares. Staged or not, it was so entertaining that even Netflix execs probably canceled meetings just to binge the clip. And just when you thought the flames would die down, Sierra logged on Instagram with a cryptic story. A real boss never folds. Oh, she poured gasoline on the fire. Instantly, her followers turned into digital pit bulls, ripping Rasheeda to shreds in the comments. Not to be outdone, Rasheeda posted her own shady clapback hours later. Being real is expensive. Some of y'all too cheap to afford it. Boom, mic drop. The fans were gagging, debating, screaming, "She ate that!" louder than a Beehive stan defending Beyoncé. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, things were allegedly so out of control that producers had to call in extra security for the next taping. Imagine being a cameraman thinking you're here to capture glamorous confessionals, and instead, you're dodging flying martini glasses like you're in the Matrix. One crew member allegedly whispered, "I didn't sign up for Survivor Atlanta." Of course, side characters couldn't resist their shot at clout. Random castmates who weren't even in the room suddenly popped up on IG Live, promising the real tea. Spoiler, they had no tea. Just vague statements like, "Y'all don't even know the half of it." If you're going to tease tea, spill the whole kettle, don't just serve me steam. But fans still ate it up because drama crumbs taste like a buffet in the love and hip-hop universe. The internet, meanwhile, divided into battle camps. Team Rasheeda versus Team Sierra. Hashtags like Dar Boss Chick Smackdown and Sierra Slam trended like presidential debates. One fan joked, "This fight cured my seasonal depression," while another tweeted, "Forget the election. This is the real vote America needed." Even verified accounts were weighing in, because who doesn't want a piece of chaos clout? But the true MVPs were TikTokers. Gen Z doesn't just watch drama, they remix it into art. Sierra's swing got compared to a Windows 98 computer, freezing, while Rasheeda's insult was labeled the Thanos snap of clapbacks. People stitched clips with over-the-top fainting spells, recreated the fight in Walmart parking lots, and even dropped club remixes of the yelling match. The brawl didn't just break the internet, it gave it a soundtrack. When a scandal hits this level, it doesn't just trend, it embeds itself into culture. Fans were quoting the fight in group chats, DJing it in clubs, and yes, slapping it on bootleg t-shirts reading cameras. Caught every shocking moment. You know you've reached pop culture immortality when people start selling merch from your meltdown. But while fans were laughing and memeing, the real question hung in the air like a bad wig glue job. What does this do to Rasheeda and Sierra's images? Rasheeda's entire brand as the polished boss chick now comes with a side order of swinging fists. Sierra, who's been pushing her beauty mogul narrative, now has folks wondering if she's running a makeup line or an underground fight club. Reality TV fights are like tattoos, permanent, regrettable, and impossible to cover up with just concealer. And trust me, the fallout was just getting started. And just when you thought this saga couldn't get any louder, messier, or more unhinged, the aftermath hit, and trust me, it was uglier than the fight itself. Because if the brawl was the explosion, the aftermath was the mushroom cloud, leaving scorched reputations, bruised egos, and an audience foaming at the mouth for more. Rasheeda woke up the next morning to find her Boss Chick brand dragged through every comment section like it was on clearance at Walmart. Memes painted her less as a mogul and more as a street fighter in heels. Her boutique? Flooded with comments that had nothing to do with fashion and everything to do with, "Sis, did you land the punch?" Some fans defended her, claiming she showed realness, while others accused her of stooping down from queen status to messy mortal. Overnight, her image went from polished entrepreneur to potential headliner at WWE's next pay-per-view. Sierra wasn't spared either. Her beauty empire got roasted, so badly that customers joked about naming a new lipstick shade Right Hook Red. People questioned if she could still sell confidence and empowerment when she was out here, looking like she enrolled in an anger management dropout program. And yet, some fans crowned her the new reality TV heavyweight champ, applauding her for refusing to fold under Rasheeda's clapbacks. In short, Sierra's brand got battered, but also weirdly boosted. Meanwhile, the producers were secretly throwing confetti in the control room. Ratings shot up faster than Dogecoin in 2021. Insiders whispered this single fight pulled more viewers than half the season combined. Mona Scott Young probably popped champagne, thanking the drama gods for blessing her with free promo that no marketing campaign could ever buy. Rumor even has it other cast members are now plotting their own accidental fights just to get screen time. Because in the love and hip-hop universe, chaos equals currency. But the cultural aftershocks went way beyond VH1. Late-night hosts jumped on it. One joked, "Forget Biden versus Trump, I want Rasheeda versus Sierra on a debate stage." Twitter users suggested putting them in a celebrity boxing ring for charity. Even BET Award producers were allegedly considering a parody skit, because nothing says mainstream like turning raw beef into primetime comedy. And here's the delicious irony. Both women while feuding like gladiators, somehow secured more attention than they've had in years. Their names trended for days. Their follower counts spiked, and people who hadn't watched Love and Hip Hop since Stevie J and Joseline were suddenly binging episodes again. It's the messy paradox of reality TV. The more you fall apart, the more fans stick to you like glue. But it wasn't all wins. Rumors swirled about sponsors reconsidering their ties. A beauty brand allegedly paused a collab with Sierra, worried about the aggressive optics. Rasheeda's polished partnerships raised eyebrows too, because luxury fashion doesn't exactly scream, "Girl, duck that swing." Both women faced the eternal trade-off: short-term fame boost, long-term brand damage. And let's not forget the fans who treat reality TV like scripture. Some swore they were done, disgusted at the spectacle. Others couldn't get enough, tweeting things like, "If this is what Love and Hip Hop is now, inject it directly into my veins." Love it or hate it, no one could ignore it. And that's the ultimate win in a world where attention is the real currency. As for Rasheeda and Sierra themselves, the silence afterward was deafening. No apologies, no public reconciliations, just shady posts, cryptic captions, and fans left piecing together whether they'll ever share a room again without flipping tables. And honestly, that's the real cliffhanger. Because everyone knows reality TV thrives not on resolutions, but on the promise of the next implosion. So, where does this leave us? With a fight that rewrote the rules of reality television. With reputations hanging by a thread. With memes we'll still be laughing at 5 years from now. And with a fan base now demanding more chaos, more drama, more fights that make the Kardashians look like Sesame Street. And deep down, we know one thing for sure. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Rasheeda and Sierra might have just sparked the feud of the decade, and the only guarantee is that the next round will be louder, nastier, and somehow even more meme-worthy. Because in the end, Love and Hip Hop isn't just a show, it's a battlefield. And Rasheeda versus Sierra? That was just the opening war cry. And there you have it, folks. Rasheeda versus Sierra, the fight that made reality TV history, melted the internet, and probably left a few wigs in intensive care. Cameras caught every single shocking moment, and honestly, I'm not sure if we witnessed a brawl or the birth of the next Olympic sport. Either way, the memes have been fed, the fans are divided, and the shade will live on longer than your auntie's Facebook arguments. But now, it's your turn. Whose side are you on? Team Rasheeda, the polished boss chick who snapped like Thanos? Or Team Sierra, the beauty mogul who threw hands like she was auditioning for Mortal Kombat? Drop your hottest takes down below, because I'm reading comments like they're classified government leaks. And don't just watch quietly. Nah, this is Celeb Rux, baby. Smash that like button like it owes you money, hit subscribe harder than Sierra hit that swing, and ring the notification bell like you're summoning Rasheeda to round 2. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming, because in this universe, scandals don't drop monthly. They drop daily, hotter, messier, and juicier than the last. Remember, around here, reality stars don't just argue. They create cultural earthquakes, they spark meme revolutions, and they hand us viral moments on a silver platter. And we're here to eat every last crumb, so buckle up, because if this was shocking, imagine what the next episode will unleash. You think this was chaos? Honey, this was just rehearsal? This is Celeb Rux, where the drama never sleeps, the scandals never die, and the truth is always messier than the lie. Mic dropped. Curtain closed. Fight night over. Until next week. Fight night over. Until next week.